We brought you an absolute thriller yesterday, and we expect the same come this ninth-place playoff game here at the ACC Men's T20I Challenger Cup. We are in Bangkok at the TCG. Weather looks perfect. China take on Myanmar. Then, as I mentioned, ninth-place playoff game. We'll go down and meet Nishant Machidia, who was there for the toss.
Thank you, Babashish. Yes, it's a little overcast today, and that will definitely be a factor which the captains will consider when they come to a conclusion. It's toss time here in the ninth place playoff game. Let's start from the far end. We've got the match referee, Mr. Iftikhar. We've got the Chinese skipper, Wei Go Lei. And, of course, we've got the Myanmar skipper, Tet Lin Aung. Tet to spin the coin and Wei to call. Go for it. Heads is the call. It's a tail. So, Myanmar, what would you like to do?
Yeah, we choose to freeze first. Yeah.
Choose to freeze first. Yeah. And looking to win today as well?
Yeah.
Good luck for the game then.
Thank you.
Right then, Myanmar has won the toss. They've elected to field. And, of course, as I said, that probably the overcast conditions definitely a factor.
At that point of time, it was cloudy and overcast. At this point of time, the sun god has punched in, and it's way too clearer. China will hope that this particular team that showed a lot of fight yesterday against Myanmar will continue to do so. Their pace attack, once again, will be in question, and how they exploit these conditions. For Myanmar, of course, plethora of batting all-rounders. They bat very deep till number 8 or so. And it's up to Paing Danu and their captain, Tet Lin Aung, along with Koko Linthu, to pile up the runs first up. And let's see if the pace attack of China get them off to a good start with in the second innings when they come out to defend a total. Wei Go Lei continues to lead China. Because let's hope their batters do provide some sort of a score for the very able and inspired bowling and fielding unit. Yesterday we saw Huang Junji was given the opportunity. Looks like he's been given that opening slot once again. Keeper batter. He's gone to the non-striker's end. Trouble is a new swinging ball, and that has been the trouble for all the teams that have batted first in this tournament so far. Captain, having gotten out for a duck yesterday, just decided enough is enough. And he's walked out there and will take first strike. That is leading from the front, literally. Best batter of the team. If he goes on to apply himself, bats with patience, gets a score, nothing like it. And Huang Junji would like to just support Wei Go Lei in that effort. Looks like Paing Danu is warming up from the commentary box end. He'll have a slip in position. Short cover, deep third, deep final, a couple of wickets so far for Paing Danu. So much ability that you expect that wicket tally to just go up even further today. Ringfield on the offside. Here with me in the commentary box is Nishant Machidia. Good morning, Nishant.
Very good morning, Babashish. It's one of those kind of days which makes you feel you're probably in England. At the toss, you look at overcast conditions, elect to bowl, and then suddenly by the time you come out to bat, the sun is shining brightly and the conditions have become excellent for batting. Might not be the case here. But we are all set for the first ball. And right up there, that shape that the Myanmar bowlers get so consistently.
The Chinese dugout will get a lot of belief from how Vigole defended that first ball. Played it late, played it underneath his eyes. Now drives it confident as well. Solid in defense, confidence in that drive. Looking good, Gole.
And the good thing is that Paing Danu is pitching it up, because yesterday, if you remember, Gole got out playing a shot like that.
2 balls from over the wicket, straight away round the wicket goes Paing Danu and concedes the first extra. Highly unnecessary, don't you think?
No clue whatsoever. Why did he do that? I don't see a reason. When you're bowling around the wicket to the right-hander, you straight away remove LBW from the equation.
Opening up the stance now, understanding that he has to cover for the angle, does it well. Percentage cricket from Vigole so far. That's right. Paing Danu decides to correct that particular move, goes back to over the wicket.
Yeah, especially when you've got that natural shape away from the right-hander, bowling over the wicket makes sense.
Vigole now outside the leg stump. That's why he was far away from that line. What that change in angle has done, it has confused Vigole where to start from the crease. That is perhaps the only thing that has worked in favor of Paing Danu.
There's a Kenny and Cash on this confusion. Now he's still batting with an open stance.
Start from mid-land leg stump. And then you bring all the stumps in play. There you go. Enough bat on ball. Lovely piece of on drive that is. There was balance and ease in that particular push. Got the ball on the full, didn't try and overhit it. Couple of runs.
First runs off the bat, Gole off the mark. Final delivery of the first over. Down the leg side, looking for that magic delivery. It's another wide.
What Vigole has shown here to the entire Chinese batting camp is that there are runs to be had here. If only you bat with discipline. Shot wide, late on that cut shot. First real loosener outside the off stump. He hasn't put it away. 4 for no loss.
So Tetlin Aung, just like yesterday, he will be taking the new ball today as well. On strike will be Junjie.
Tetlin Aung's stock ball is the one that shapes back in with the wind, and it does so. trick for Tetlingaung is to control that release point. Every time he's gotten it right, he's been deadly accurate. Because he can't, I mean, it's related, correlated almost, the alignment of the body and the release point. Half-hearted drive, but a run. That brings Vigole on strike. Another bit of observation about Vigole, the batter, and why batting in the power play must aid him a lot more than batting number 3, number 4. Is two things. He's a natural lofter of the ball, so he's always safe whenever he takes the aerial route mostly. And also because of his height, Nishant, he's always able to pick up the length early. So whenever you err on the shorter side, perhaps he's in much better position to hit you.
That's nicely played again. Another dot ball here. Just get a feeling that probably the Chinese batters have decided to apply themselves a little bit here.
Yeah, they'll know any kind of a total and they will put Myanmar under a lot of pressure. 74 and they almost won the game yesterday.
Hit uppishly over the top of mid-off. He was in control of the shot the moment he played it. First boundary of the Chinese innings. Improvement straight away. The first boundary yesterday came in, what, 12th, 13th over.
It's just what I mentioned. Natural lofter of the ball, picked up length early and didn't try and overhit it. Batting hygiene, everything in place. Short stride forward, not overstriding, not fully committing to that full-blooded shot, just chipping it. Mid-off goes to long off. Now single on offer.
Full delivery this time on the stumps as well, flicked away nicely. Just a single though. Brings Junji back on strike. I just get a feeling that Myanmar will probably be now thinking about making some adjustments. That'll be a wide. Get a plan B in.
Plan B could be to go to spin early. Unlike China, they don't have the luxury of a left-arm spinner who can bowl inside the power play. Nicely played away. No run though. 2 overs are done. China looking solid with the bat. 11 for no loss. Danu for his second over. What has been really impressive from this batting pair is playing percentage cricket for about 13 balls now. Hardly a loose shot.
Yes, and that becomes so very crucial. And they realize that probably 5 runs more, 10 runs more. Yesterday, things would have been so very different.
A little bit of pressure on Payang Danu here to get that breakthrough. Well outside the off stump. I'm a little surprised. Because of the height advantage that Vigole has got, he should be better at pulling and cutting the deliveries. Maybe he's a little more cautious to play the horizontal bat shots this early. Otherwise, he should be able to put them deliveries away.
There's the outside edge. Probably slightly educated on that occasion. But the bowler will want to feel that he induced it to pick up a single.
Yes, you're right. Looked intentional because Vigole played that ball late and opened the face of the bat. But you're right. As a bowler, you want him to do that again and again. Important, while Vigole is going so well, Huang Junji doesn't go into a shell. Hard length, blocked. It's almost ideal if both the batters stay in their own definite bubble, yet complement each other.
Yes, that's the way to go about it, is what I feel. Full delivery this time, that has been left alone.
The reason Huang Jinji asked the umpire if that could have been a wide is because he's seen similar decisions in this tournament, where with the late swing, if it's in and around the tram line almost, it has gone in favor of the batters. Not that time. Good umpiring. Backward point fielder won't be able to stop the run. Junji successfully rotates the strike at the end of the third over. 13 for no loss. You're talking about Myanmar ringing the changes, and the changes come. One over for Tetlin Aung, and he realized that he needs his strike bowler from that particular end. Koko Linthu has the ability to swing it back in to the right-hander, and he does it from well outside the off stump sometimes. 3 wickets for 25 so far. Huang Junji on strike. Koko Linthu's first ball. And it's a full toss. Junji has missed it completely. As if he didn't see it at all.
This Koko Linthu is their prime player. If you look at it, opens the batting, opens the bowling. Last couple of games he's been bowling first change, yes. Poor delivery, and it goes past the wicketkeeper as well. Thankfully for them, there is a fine leg in position. So that'll be 2 runs added to the tally then. After a good start, bowled a very good delivery to beat Junji all ends up. That's how he started. And then this.
Also, one of the reasons I think the Myanmar Pacers aren't really enjoying this particular strip is how dry it is underneath. After pitching, the ball is not skidding through. It's stopping almost. The slowness of the surface is aiding these two openers to counter the new ball a little better. I think we saw a little more zip in the previous surface than what we have seen here so far. Another delivery down the leg side. Add one more for the run. 17 for no loss. This is a phenomenal batting start for China.
Inside edge onto the pads. Junji just about survives there. Now, when you say that, Babashish, question really comes to mind. Will the Chinese bowlers, the quicker bowlers, be as effective? Because, if anything, the pitch will only dry out further.
Yeah, they will be effective with runs on the board. That's what might just work in their favor. And look at that. It's gone well below knee height to the keeper once again from outside the off stump. We're on the same square here at TCG, but two surfaces, they've looked very different. I hope the Chinese bowling camp will look at this and go to change-ups and cutters a little bit more. It's not easy if you haven't done that regularly. And in trying to do so, you might leak runs. There's always a danger there, but at least that's the ideal way to approach these conditions. Also, their three spinners will definitely be in the game.
Nicely bowled and nicely played as well. Another comfortable single taken. The overall ease with which the Chinese batters are batting today is something that is really heartening to see. Yesterday it looked like as if they're facing a test every time. And look at that stance.
Standing outside the crease, bringing all the experience, all the awareness to this crucial innings, the Chinese captain, so that he has the space to go back and defend too. 18 for no loss after the first 4. Paingdanu bowled 2 overs from the commentary box and he's been rested. Tetlingaung has switched ends. Clearly see that Myanmar thinking cap is on. And they must be slightly concerned with the lack of a wicket so far. Wang Junji almost reflecting, replicating the same confidence that Vigole has shown so far. Not in terms of runs, but at least in application and bringing the bat straight.
He let it go. He let it go. As a batter, when you see that amount of width on offer, there is always the temptation to flash.
Baby steps though. They first got the defensive game right. I think this is the next step, Nishant. They can put the bad balls away. Once again, left alone. Plenty of width on offer. When it goes down to the wire and you're only defending 3 of the last over, you must be thinking only if I was able to get more scoring shots out in that first innings. Nicely driven. Long off back. Brings Vigole back on strike.
8 of 13 is what he's batting on right now. Tetlingaung bowling to the captain. Oh, beautifully bowled. Half-hearted appeal there. Umpire not interested. Captain up against captain then.
He was the bowler who got Vigole out for a duck yesterday. Beats him again. 5 overs are done. 19 and still no loss. China. Three seamers used so far. 2 overs each for Paing Danu and Tetling Aung. Kokolintu just bowled that 1 over. Will come back for the second. Wiser after the event perhaps, but Prashant, I just have a feeling their 4th seamer, Kin Ai, could be effective on this surface because he's traditionally slower and moves it ever so slightly. Somebody who doesn't give anything on the ball on this surface might purchase a little bit more out of it.
Yes, and because he doesn't have the pace, he makes up for it by bowling change-up deliveries. Pushed away towards the offside, straight to the fielder. A bit of a recovery here by the Myanmar bowlers. In 3.1 overs, China was 17. So in the last 12 balls, they've only scored 2.
This is where Vigole needs Huang Junji's support to keep the scorecard ticking from that particular end. Back to Kokolintu, dropped. Not straightforward by any stretch of imagination, but very much a chance. First real chance for Myanmar this morning.
Oh yes, tough one, but then a chance is a chance. Especially when you are in this kind of a situation, you would want to grab onto every half chance that comes your way.
Half-hearted push once again from Huang. If it's underneath your eyes and you want to drive at it, go hard. Tentative now the keeper batter. That's why Vigole had a little conversation with him just before this particular delivery, giving Huang Junji that confidence that he needs. Myanmar deciding to have a catching cover. Well played it with the swing. Bottom hand came in, but bottom hand was loose. That's why played it late. Picks up the single. 20 inside the power play, 3 balls to go.
So Kokolintu, and today if you look at it, Babashish, we haven't really seen much of movement, neither in the air nor off the deck. Though off the deck, we didn't really see much movement from any of the bowlers. But there was a lot of movement in the air. Some now. And is that another chance? Probably quarter of a chance, Babashish?
Yeah, that was even tougher than the previous one. The reason you're seeing these kind of shots is because the ball is stopping on the batter. Difficult. Really difficult, that is. Imaginative, innovative thinking from the Myanmar captain to bring that close-in catcher, and it almost worked. Lovely balance and ease in that particular push. 3 singles in this over so far. Ideally, they would love to finish the power play with a boundary.
Right then, Vigole will be on strike for the final delivery of the power play. Soft hands is running the first one hard, but that is all that he'll get. And we come to the end of the power play. It's 23 without loss.
Nan Cham So is the fourth seamer from Myanmar. I'm a little surprised he's been given the ball before Kin Ai. But yeah, could be a specific plan. They're persisting with that catching cover. That's good to see. Now Vigole wants to hit that short ball outside the off stump. That was too wide though. Good intent shown. Only if he would have converted a few inside the power play. They would have finished for 30 odd inside the power play without any wickets.
Again looking to go for that drive through the offside. Myan Cham So good run up there, smooth action.
Nobody deep in that third region. Plenty of space over that catching cover. Although there is a deep backward point. That has been stopped. I wonder if that is just a bait for Vigole. Try and go up and over through the offside, bring the outside edge in play. Let's see if Huang Junji can exploit that. No deep backward square leg either.
Good lead. Junji is someone who's just about tried to hold one and up.
I don't think Vigole was happy with that leaf. Signaled Huang Junji, you should have got bat on ball, and you should. He's 6 of 20. Not getting closer to the line of the ball, just playing from where he is, stays far away from it. Misses it. Vigole constantly having a chat with Junji. And he's right. Don't try and convert that good start into a bad one now.
Yes, the bowler has not been able to come close to the batsman. The batter has not been able to come close to the ball. What's happening here? This time, both try a little bit. Diving attempt. Did it carry? I think it did. So that is another drop chance.
Yes, it did carry. This is the plan that I was talking about. Try and go up and over through the offside. Outside half of the bat comes into play, and it did. And did carry to that short cover, short third fielder. Not stretching hands, but dropped. Left alone by Vigole himself. Tight over from Nan Cham So. 7 done. 26 for no loss. Desperate for a wicket. Coco Linthu has given a third over on the trot. With an offer, slashes hard at that. Only goes towards that deep third fielder. First real confident shot that is from a line that has been outside off. It brings Huang Junji on strike. Myanmar will know only if they can keep it tight to Huang Junji. There is a wicket always on the card. Beg your pardon, I think that is V. Gole on strike. That shot was played by Huang Junji.
Well, Coco Linthu gets away with that. Just get a feeling that it pitched outside the tram line, but when it passed the batter, it went over it.
Yes, and also batter took a stride towards the line of the ball. That convinced the umpire the shot was on, and it was on. Runs, that's the currency. And China won them big inside half the bat. Run being stolen away. Singles won't trouble Myanmar here. That's what they want. Odd single here and there, no boundaries.
That is all that is needed actually, because they've really got a very good, they've made very good progress from the previous two games. No wickets lost in the 8th over. And outside the off stump, looking to cut, misses, dot ball.
Huang Junji is a little reluctant to stand on middle and off stump because of the in-swingers that Coco Linthu has got. That's why he's standing on leg stump protecting his pads, but in trying to do so, he's losing out on scoring options. It might hurt them a lot. Short of lane delivery, got to do better to that. 8 overs are done. 28 for no loss. And Shamso into his second over. This time will be a wide.
Extras aiding the Chinese batters here.
Nice change from the keeper. He's come up a long, long way. Not exactly up to the stumps, but just far back. Off the thickish outside edge, Kinai was inside the circle, and he'll dive right in front of the ropes to pull it back. For a long time, they've got more than one.
Excellent stop there. Looks to go for the uppish shot there. Again, they'll come back for two. Moves on to 16 now.
Huang Junji just had a little word with the umpire here. I think they could be thinking about replacing one of the batters at some point of time. If Huang Junji isn't able to really tee off, they're allowed to let him walk out, bring somebody else in. Shot and a half. Cracker. Boundary to Vigole. Time and again they've bowled him outside the off stump. He's set right now. And he's picked the spot brilliantly.
What a sweet sound of the bat there. It was wide. It was very wide, but he still managed to put it away. And put it away well. Moves on to 20 now.
9 of this over so far. Nishant, this is the move on. They need it desperately. Myanmar still persisting with the catching cover. But the bowlers are not really bowling that line and length. Now a full toss on the leg side. Thankfully for Myanmar, that has gone straight to the fielder. Kohli will think he's missed out on an opportunity to have back-to-back boundaries.
This is now the highest score by a Chinese batter in this tournament. Going past Zhong Yuechao's 19 yesterday. Pushed back to the bowler. It's been an expensive over, 10 of it already.
From being ultra aggressive, Huang Junji has gone to the other extreme of being ultra defensive. Waist height full toss, underconfidently pulled away. It'll still be 2. They might as well push for the third. 1 for the throw, not to be. Don't take on that arm. And Visor. Massive over. Oh, that's been given as a no ball too. Not sure about that one. It's a free hit though. And he's missed the free hit. Somehow, Nan Chamsu gets out of that over. Big one for China. 41 for no loss after 9. Nine overs of discipline, opening batting partnership. Koko Lentu into his final over. Hint of movement once again. Cautiously played away by Vigole. This is an advantage for China. Inside the first 10 overs, Koko Lentu will be done with his quota of overs. So at the death, he won't have his services at all.
Very well bowled. Just a little bit of extra bounce there.
Yeah, you can see Vigole is slightly disappointed. Indicating sweaty palms. Why he couldn't get that shot away. There was width on offer, fast hands. Would have helped himself for a boundary square on the offside. The sweeper cover is only 3/4 away. Wayward. So any kind of a shot that beats backward point will be 4 acres of space between that sweeper cover and long off.
Again, too far outside the off stump there.
I think it's pressure also, Nishant. He knows this is the final over. He's doing everything he can to pick up a wicket. And when you're trying to do too much, more often than not, do commit an error, unforced error.
Push back to the bowler this time. Much better after a couple of wides.
Trying to take the aerial route. They'll fall in that empty space that I was talking about between long off a deep sweeper. Another couple added to the total. Vigole moves to 23 from 31. China now closing on the first 50 runs. You'll have to say they've done it in quick time. They slowed down after the third over. In the last couple of overs, they've got that momentum back.
Nicely driven, but straight to the fielder in the deep. Just a single. So Junji has got double figures as well. It's good to see both batters getting into double figures. That's pushed wide off the captain there. Single to finish the over. 10 overs bowled, 47 without loss.
At the halfway mark, it's time for drinks. Myanmar have Myanmar have included another pacer in their bowling lineup today. Yathu Aung. You didn't see him bowl yesterday. And he's been preferred ahead of Kin Ai. So that is an interesting move straight away. You can actually mention that as a desperate move, because they're yet to pick up a wicket in this particular bowling innings. Change in commentary box as Nishan takes a little breather. Time to say good morning and welcome to Richard.
Well, thank you, and it's been nice to see China doing so well with the bat today.
Yeah, he hasn't bowled much, and you can see that. Delivers the first one way outside the tram line. It's a wide. China will cash in on this. New bowler, he's underconfident. Attack him if you can. Especially Huang Junji, who wants a few boundaries to get going. Add another one to the tally of extras.
Because the Chinese captain, Wei Guolei, he batted well in the first game against Cambodia, and he started today with a great boundary early on in the innings, and China have moved forward well.
That has pushed Myanmar into a real corner here. Huang Junji with a high elbow drives it down the ground to the long on fielder. There's never a second run on. 50 up for China then. With all the wickets still in hand, this is a fine batting display from a batting unit that got decimated for 37 in their first fixture here. It's a brilliant comeback.
Even yesterday, China was struggling on 41 for 8 when the tail enders managed to revive their innings to over 70. Here they could get close to 100.
I think they'll be really disappointed if they don't get to triple figure mark today. Gole trying to over attack the new bowler. Missed that shot.
There's some swing there, but quite wide outside the off stump.
The pitch has been on the slower side today, Richard, and it's been easier for the batters to handle pace. That's why I'm surprised they haven't gone to the changer bowler Kin Ai, who's got a little bit of variations and also a bit of spin. Should have been good.
We were surprised yesterday that when China turned to spin to try and defend their total, and they did really, the three spinners did really well, but here we've had a diet of medium pace bowling from Myanmar.
Last ball of this over. It's another confident drive. 11 done. This opening partnership carrying on and on. 52 now. We asked about the spinners. We'll have the first over of spin from the far end. Left arm option. Left-handed batter as well by 4, who opens the batting. He should be able to get some purchase out of this surface, which is very dry underneath, as we have mentioned. And he'll start with a slip fielder and a ring field on the offside. Good work by the bowler.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see if China can accelerate further today. They've only hit 2 fours.
Not sure why Pai Fo is bowling over the wicket here. He'll get some turn, try and bowl round the wicket, bring all the dismissals in play from there on in. LBW is pretty much out of question. He's bowling a decent length here though. Full toss. Unable to hit it well. It will just be one.
Yeah, that looked like an opportunity to hit another boundary, but he could only manage to hit the full toss to long on.
That long on fielder should have been into the bowling attack by now. Kin Ai. They're yet to get any success. Myanmar bowling unit. Quicker ball. Up and over to the long off fielder. There was a little bit of spin to that fielder, but he's covered for that. Koko Linthu down at long off.
It's another good stop from the bowler. Just 2 singles from this over so far. And he's coming around the wicket.
That's the move. And straight away, you can see better line. Three singles from Pai Fo's first over of spin. 55 on the board. Six bowlers used so far, with Koko Linthu having bowled out. Mathu Aung bowled just 1 over. Will perhaps come back for another one, unless they're switching up with another spin option. No, they're not. It will be Mathu Aung.
China will be very pleased with this start, and Myanmar have struggled to get more than 70 in either innings so far in the tournament.
Question is, Richard, what do they do after this start? It's about going for the shots now, just like that. Tight second run. He's dived in time. I think he's home. We might just go upstairs here. We will. Flat on the ground is Huang Junji, but has that desperate dive got him safe. Kin Ai, who we were thinking will make an impact, has he made an impact on the field? We'll wait and watch. Full length dive has saved him. Brilliant work from Huang Junji. Real commitment out there.
Yeah, it looked like he was barely halfway down when the ball was on the way towards the stumps, but that dive has saved him, I think. That's a great full-length dive.
Richard, did you get a chance to follow Test cricket elsewhere? Lovely week of Test cricket with Basball winning the first Test, and then West Indies drawing that series in Australia. Remarkable for them.
Oh, that new fast bowler Joseph from the West Indies. That brought back memories. I told you about my early days watching cricket at Edgbaston, and I can remember the 1984 West Indians and watching them bowl so fast. But that young man is a brilliant find for Test cricket.
Yeah, glory days. Talk about 1984. They must have had the full quartet available for them. Michael Holding, Joel Gardner, Malcolm Marshall.
Andy Ropes even in those days. Yeah, it was wonderful to watch them bowl.
Equally exciting batting lineup too.
I think they got 600.
Although 600 at Edgbaston is not really a stretch. But yeah, the likes of Gordon Greenwich, Viv Richards, Clive Lloyd. Towering figures. And what you're looking at here at the ACC Men's Challenger Cup 2024 is the emerging stars. With Huang Junji having fought really hard, 17 from 37. He's given himself a chance. He's given this Chinese batting lineup a real opportunity to build on this solid platform. Bit of a stoppage, and now we resume. Junji has missed a straight ball and given out.
Yeah.
I think that little stoppage did him here, Richard. He was batting with a lot of concentration all throughout this morning. Little stoppage in play, and he's played all around a straight ball.
That's right. Well, a rare time that the Myanmar bowlers have got it absolutely dead straight. Previously, they've been swinging it away outside off stump, but it just shows if the batsman misses, the ball will hit the stumps. Our LBW for 17.
Highest opening partnership of the tournament has been broken, courtesy a straight ball that brings Tian Sengquin in at number 3. His numbers might suggest he's more of a bowling all-rounder. The fact that he's batting number 3 must tell you that the Chinese camp believes in his batting abilities. And he's marked center. That's good to see. Standing on Midland leg stump, so that he can get closer to the deliveries that are outside the off stump, just like that. Important for Tian here is to rotate the strike, bring the set batter. Vigole on strike.
Yeah, a nice little nudge for a single. It's done the job. It'll be interesting to see if the Chinese captain can go on from here. Lead his side towards 100 runs.
Oh, sloppy from the keeper. Should have been a dot ball. Careful there. Had it hit the helmet. That's 5. Was it close to the helmet? No, pop fell over. Fortunately for them. Vigole trying to over-attack, tentative there. In fact, that was Tian Sengquin on strike. That is the end of a successful over from Myanmar.
So another over of spin. Coming up, you're waiting for your Kinai to come on soon.
They've got a wicket now. They'll try and just build on that. Slog across the line. It's got height and distance and plenty of it. The Chinese captain now ruling the roost. His first big shot on the leg side. It's a massive hit.
So he's hit 2 fours and now this first 6 of the day.
Down on one knee, picked it up well. Got his head down. Real thundering blow. Now, change of angle. Fumble there, chance of a run out. Could it be? Direct throw, maybe. Not to be though. 6 and a single, 7 of the first 2 balls. Vigole really channeling his energy in the right direction in this particular innings. Took his time early this morning and now he's watching the ball well. The long off, long on, deep mid wicket, plenty of space for Tian Sengquin to rotate the strike. But he finds the bowler.
The new batsman does have to find a way to get the Chinese captain back on strike. We've seen a great shot for 6 earlier in the over.
And the more he stays at the non-striker's end, he'll start getting desperate. That's when he'll try and overhit. And that's when Myanmar will have a chance. Which is why Tian has to be extremely careful here. Not to let Vigole blow hot and cold. Vigole constantly trying to tell Tian Sengquin the same thing. This was a loose ball and Tian has done well to play it down to long on. Vigole has the strike but only for the last ball of the over. So he'll try and keep the strike with him come the next over. Or if it's in the slot, go for it. Oh, went for it. Missed it completely. 2 overs, none for 11 for by 4. 6 overs to go, 67 for 1 China.
Yeah, it's quite surprising that Myanmar have only bowled 2 overs of spin so far when we saw the Chinese do so well with the slow bowlers yesterday.
Yeah, they do have a decent off-fee. They could have tried. Still late swing on offer, which is a feature on this particular ground. Richard, you must have covered a lot of matches here because of how open this ground is and because of the steady cross breeze that almost never dies off. Even late in the piece, 15th over, and we are seeing that lateral movement in the air.
Yeah, more movement there. I think it might well be going with the wind rather than with the skill of the bowler.
Isn't the skill of the bowler to use the wind?
Well, absolutely. Clever bowling.
There was hesitation. Vigole always wanted the run. They'll get it. Tian Senquin has to increase the frequency of these singles and decrease the dot balls. That's his first target. Gole now. Will he open up the offside once again? Pulled very straighter in that pull shot. Could have pushed for the second run, but the fielder did well. Non-strikers end, direct throw. Tetling Aung believes they've got their man. Celebration indeed, but we will check it upstairs. Once again, hesitation between these two batters. They went for that run. First thoughts, Richard?
Well, you always say that a direct hit seems to create a run out more often than not, as the bowler doesn't have to field the ball, and we don't see the batsman in that shot as yet. Yes, miles out, or feet out.
Tetling Aung was confident and he was right. That's the fall of the second wicket for China. Good thing for them is that Vigole will bat on. Some momentum back with the fielding unit. Tian Senquin, who was struggling to rotate the strike, will now return to the dugout. It's 69 for 2. Yes, changing up in all the right-handers that China has got in their top order. This is the only left-hander, the left-arm spinner, Chen Zhouwei. He gives it a real thump too, and will bowl 4 crucial overs in the second innings, especially on a low, slow surface.
I think the batsmen have gone to the wrong ends. With a run out, you don't. The new batsman does not have to face the next ball. It's as the batsmen cross, they stay crossed. So the captain has got one more ball to get a single and keep the strike.
Good spot from the ump. Drilled towards deep cover. They will push for 2 this time and will get it comfortably. Vigole continues to bat on. He moves to 37, 30 balls to go. How many more can China get?
So it's the left arm spinner from Myanmar against China's left arm spinner. Bit short, so he's got a single off his first ball, so that's well done.
So Wei Guolei batting on 37 of 43 right now. Looks to be in absolutely fantastic form. That's a good looking shot. And it's gone the distance. He is showing his full range now, the captain.
So that's 2 sixes to go with 2 fours. Batted really well today. Promoted himself to opener batting. And he's hit that one far over the boundary.
They've already scored more than what they got yesterday. And of course, more than double of what they got the day before. Well, looks to pull again, and that ball just goes past the stumps. Guolei, lucky there. This time tracks it from outside the off stump, hit it straight back past the bowler. And he has picked up another boundary now.
So he's accelerating well. This is what we wondered whether he would be able to, but he's now hit 2 sixes and a 4 in the last 3 or 4 overs. And he hit that one much straighter. Last ball he tried to play across the line.
Once again, plays it towards the deep. Will pick up a single, moves on to 48. This is his highest T20I score. Too far outside the off stump this time. That'll be a wide.
And we know that this is getting beyond Myanmar's comfort zone. They've got 70 in both matches so far. Now they'll have to score well over 80 and probably into 3 figures.
Well, that's off the outside edge. Goes over the head of the slip fielder. Nobody in the deep. A boundary to finish a very expensive over. 16 bowled, it's 88 for the loss of 2 wickets.
17 off the over, yes. We can see from that Manhattan that 17 off the last over was the most expensive over of the innings, and 13 came off the 9th over. So China really have accelerated well here. The opening bowler is back, Payne Danu. He bowled 2 overs for 6 earlier.
We've seen so many wickets falling. But today it's been absolutely difficult. Well ball just outside the off stump, looks to run it down. Gets beaten, that is a dot ball. Zhou Yue. All he needs to do is just give the strike back to Guole. And Guole, so far in his career, 6 matches before this, he had scored 44 runs in all. Today he scored 49, and that will be 5 wides. Too far down the leg side, past the wicket keeper. These are massive runs coming for China.
Takes them into the 90s, 94 for 2. So much better batting performance from them today. 37 then 74. They might get to 111 to keep that sequence going.
Appeal for a leg before, umpire not interested, and Guole decides that he wants the strike.
Leg by there, and Wei Gole is on 49 from 48 balls, looking for that 50th run.
Too far down the leg side. That is going to be another wide. So runs have kept coming. So could have 100 up for China and 50 for Guole at the same time. Off the inside edge, that will be it. 50 for Wei Guole, the first Chinese batter to get a T20I half century.
'50 or 50 balls. Batted throughout the innings so far. Certainly 2 or 3 fours and 2 sixes. So 97 for 2 of 17 overs. And the captain's brought himself back on. Still got 2 overs to bowl. Tet Lin Ung.
So he will bowl 18 and 20 here. That will be a wide, not quite.
He was man of the match, player of the match yesterday with 3 wickets. But he hasn't had much luck today.
This just hasn't been his day today. Full toss, clubbed across the line. That'll just be a single. So again, the only thing that they really should be thinking about right now is get as many as possible. Down the leg side, that has been played away straight to the fielder. That shot fine, but they will pick up a single.
And that's the 100 up here for China. The captain gets another single. Still 14 balls to go, so they might look to get their rate above 6 and over.
The previous highest score for China was 78 for 5 in July 2023 against Myanmar at Kuala Lumpur. Oh, big shot attempted. And that's gone for 6. What a strike!
That's a great shot. Straight 6. We knew the captain had it in him, but we didn't know this left arm spinner could also hit the ball. That's why he's batting at number 4.
Good looking shot there. Very nicely struck. Well, Zhou Wei is the second highest run getter for China after their captain.
But Myanmar will have quite a chase on their hands. We haven't seen the batting to suggest they can reach this target, but we hadn't seen China bat like this either. So you never know.
Yes, absolutely. Look at this partnership. 37 of 18 balls. They're going at almost 6 and over now. Full toss. Played away with soft hands. Will pick up a single. Will retain strike. 18 overs bowled. It's 107 for the loss of 2 wickets.
So here we do have Kin Ai to bowl.
So Kinai will bowl the 19th over. And Myanmar, the victory that they registered yesterday was their first ever victory in T20Is. That's a good looking shot from Guole. He's got it into the gap, has he? A little bit of football attempted. Well, they pick up a boundary.
So this is an incredible batting performance from China, and particularly from their captain Wei Guolei. 56 not out off 54 balls, 4 fours and 2 sixes.
This time not quite timing it. He's pushing for the second. And direct hit from the deep. This could be close. This could be close. Zhou Yue was running to the danger end. But he went for it. And I just get a feeling he could be in trouble. What do you reckon, Richard?
As I said before, a direct hit does save a lot of time. A direct hit saves a lot of time with the fielding. The batsman is walking. Well, no, they're having drinks. They're not really. He's not giving himself out yet. Ooh, that is close. Just short of the line. The direct hit has done it again. 2 direct hit run-outs today, I think. And the umpire signals. 1 run and a run-out off that ball.
So excellent partnership comes to an end, courtesy. A direct hit there. Finally something to cheer for the Myanmar side. China 113 for 3 after 18.3. Chen Zhou-Ye the pass for 14 of 9.
So this is Zhuang Zailin, batting at number 5.
Well, Zhuang Zailin held the record for the highest individual score for China before the captain broke it today. And Gole says there is more to come. That's another 6. Mighty blow here.
That's a great shot, and he's showing he has learnt how to play in T20 cricket. You accelerate towards the end, and that's a lovely shot, sailing away.
Well, this time through the offside. There is a fielder in the deep. He'll cut it off. They're coming back for 2 again. Excellent running between the wickets.
And China have got beyond 120, so Myanmar will have to score at 6 and over to have any chance of winning this game.
That will be pressure straight away. That's nicely played into the gap, away for 4. The Chinese batters are making merry here. Another expensive over, 18 runs coming of it, 19 bowled, 125 for 3. So final over of the innings coming up. Lovely drive there. They look for two. Zhuang Zhelin is off the mark right away. The confidence of the skipper rubbing on to the other players as well. Looking to pull this time, not quite getting it right. They'll pick up a quick single. Right then, Wei Guolei has got 4 deliveries. What does he make of it? Looking to go for the pull. Misses it. That's a dot ball. He's gone for it this time. It's in the air. Oh, has it been put down? Looks like it has been. They pick up a single. Paing Danu seems to be finishing well. Just the 2 more deliveries remaining in this innings. Of the inside edge, the wicketkeeper holds on to it. Zelen does well to pick up another single and give the strike back to the skipper for the last ball of the Chinese innings. It's really turned out to be absolutely fascinating. Final ball, and Paing Danu loses his run-up. And cleaned up. Of the final ball of the innings, the captain trying to make the most of it, trying to maximize the runs, has lost his off stump, but he has done a lot. Whether it's enough or not is something that remains to be seen, but what an innings this is from the Chinese skipper. 70 of 61 deliveries. Promoted himself to the top and finished with a record-setting knock. First Chinese batter to get a T20I half-century. As that's the hallmark of that scorecard. Wei Guolei, 70 of 61. In their allotted 20 overs, China finished with 129 for 4. And Myanmar, who had China on the mat yesterday, they struggled a lot today. As many as 7 bowlers used. Only 2 of them picking up wickets. Paing Danu picks up 1. Nyatu Aung picking up another. And others, hardly anything. 130 is what the Myanmar side needs to win in their allotted 20 overs. The required rate of 6.5. Will dive into a short break. When we come back, we'll have the run chase.
Welcome back then. Historic day, monumental day for China. Their best batting performance, 130 is the ask for Myanmar. As China will chase glory to see if they can win their second T20 international match. Their first match that they won was also against Myanmar. They would love to replicate that and pressure on these Myanmar openers. Koko Linthu will start the proceedings with the bat. Couldn't really do much with the ball. He'll be hoping he can get his team off to a real flyer, which is what they want. Promotion in the batting order for Kin Ai. Was given the ball very late in the piece. He's been asked to contribute with the bat. And Tian Senquin has been bowling disciplined line and lengths with the new ball. Will start the proceedings. First ball, second innings, and beats Koko Linthu. Real energy there in the Chinese camp, and why not? Best batting performance as a unit, best individual batting performance by the captain. They are here to back it up with some good aggressive bowling and tight fielding, which has been a feature for them in this tournament. Koko Linthu down the ground, up and over. Myanmar are on the board. First boundary coming in the second ball of this run chase. Very similar to how China got their first boundary. Solid strike over mid-off. Every over they need that boundary. Now shortens the length and beats the bat. Koko Linthu won't really be worried about that as long as he gets one boundary every over in this power play. He can afford to play himself in. Understand 130 is still a task, but it's not exactly 160. There's always more time than you think in these kind of run chases. Another strong shot. This time the mid-off does well. Stopped a certain boundary. Here in Bangkok for the ACC Men's Challenger Cup. In the qualifying round, Cambodia made it through. This is the 9th place playoff between Myanmar and China. China, having posted 129, has the upper hand. That's for the first time. We'll get a glimpse of Kin Ai right at the top. He cuts that in the gap too. And that races away. 9 of the very first over. Off to a sparkling start is Myanmar. Another right arm pacer. Ma Quenchang. 3 wickets so far. Would love to shape the ball back into the right-hander. Came back a long, long way. Koko Linthu getting a taste of his own medicine. His stock ball too dips in. Real intent out there. Myanmar promoting Khin Ai up the order. He struck a boundary of his very first ball. Koko Linthu, the second ball he faced, hit that one over mid-off. Trying to stay leg side of the ball and just play it with his hands. Missed it. This match now hanging in balance. Here with me in the commentary box is Nishant Majidia. Nishant, proper fist fight for this 9th place playoff game.
Yes, absolutely. And Koko Linthu comes down the track. That's in the air, but falls wide of the fielder. They'll come back for 2. So the intentions are pretty clear here.
Also, you'd like to believe the breeze helped him. Real miss hit, but it flew away and swayed away from Luo Shilin. The spinner standing at mid-on. Got it high on the bat. But look at the ball just travelling away from that fielder. Couple more. Mid-on goes to long on.
Comes back in, appeal for a leg before. A little too high on that occasion.
He just sent the mid-on back to long on. There was no need to shorten the length. Can understand with the mid-on up, you're a little worried. If you have a long on, pitch it up. Early wicket will do a world of good for China.
Well bowled, hit, and straight to the fielder. But that was a bump ball.
Much better length there. That's how you want Koko to be. Driving on the front foot. Excellent stop from that short cover fielder.
And he's got his man. Koko Linthu just trying to get going. Comes down the track, looks to slog across the line. And Kian Cheng has struck gold.
Pressure of the scoring rate. It's a mad hoik from Koko Linthu. Very similar fashion that he got out yesterday. Ma Quenchang in his very first over has hit the middle stump and he's got moves. 11 for 1 after the first 2 overs. Pai Fo, who opened for the first 2 matches, has been dropped down the order. In at number 3 is Paing Danu. That's how Khin Ai got his first boundary. Wanted to replicate the same short and wide from Tien. He's missed the opportunity.
So Pine Danu coming in at number 3.
Any particular reason do you think why the left-hander has been pushed down?
Maybe the only thing that I can think of is that maybe they think Pine Danu can hit better. Appeal for a leg before, umpire not interested.
That looked very, very close indeed. That ball swung late, swung back onto the stumps. Impact umpire's call. Umpire's call is, it must not have been hitting.
Played away towards the fielder. And a bit of a fumble, but no damage done. Excellent over this from Tian Senkun. A little bit of movement. Play and a miss. Dot ball again.
KNI now second guessing his options, which is not ideal for the role he's been given in this power play. Needs to back his stroke play, needs to trust his hand-eye coordination and still keep going.
Another excellent delivery. Very nicely bowled there.
He's very, very static against the moving ball here, which is just working against him. And the bowler is so metronomical in his length, you gotta put him off. Use your feet.
Well bowled. And that's a maiden over. Excellent over this from Senkun after a wicket came in the previous over. 3 overs bowled, 11 for 1.
Mark Quenching will continue. Once again looking to swing the ball back into the right-hander. Down the ground, over mid-on. Brilliant, brilliant cricket shot to get off the mark. Pine Danu took it from outside the off stump. Played the swing well, covered it. His first boundary.
Yes, that was hit very well over mid-on. He knew exactly where the fielder was stationed. No half measures for that shot.
Mid-off goes back to long off. Now a long off and a long on for Mark Quenching. Let's see if he can get the length fuller.
Not quite, but that's been hit straight to the fielder, so that is a dot ball.
Real opportunity for Pine Danu to shuffle across and open up square region on the leg side. Nobody deep. Try and let the ball come to him and then open up scoring on the leg side. Scoring on the leg side, but straight to the fielder. Missed out there.
Boundary of the first ball. And then a couple of dot balls. They're just trying to make a bit of a recovery here.
Kwan Cheng might again shot in the length. Could be worried about that shot.
Well bowled. Very well bowled. Right on the stumps. And Paing Danu can't do much about it.
Got 4 of this over, so no need to over attack, but still keep looking. Scoring areas on the leg side very much on.
Big shout there, but that was definitely going down the leg side.
Do you think he was slightly playing across the line there? Just looking to work it away on the onside, knowing that everyone is inside the circle.
My first impression was he got stuck.
Yes, bat face was towards that mid-wicket region. Not a problem when it's missing the stumps.
Had he actually probably come across a little bit, then maybe he would have connected it. That's it uppishly. But long off is deep, so a single to finish the over. 4 overs bowled, 16 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Tian Senquin will continue, bowled a maiden the previous over that he got the opportunity. Slip in position, shot third in position. If you're hitting it, hit it hard.
Very well bowled, excellent line. Paing Danu. Off the mark with a boundary, but after that, has not quite been able to find the gaps. Keep an eye on that required run rate. It's gone up to 7.2 now. Soft hands. It's a dot ball.
I know suggesting across the line shot is not ideal, because Tian Senquin is bowling that off stump line and he doesn't really shape it inwards. See if you can cover that line and play the hack on the onside. That shot is on. Not for the straight ball. Not to the straight ball. That looked very tight indeed. Tough decision for the umpire to make, perhaps. Ishan, that looked out.
Very close, maybe just going down the leg side with the 2 stumps visible.
Impact umpire's call, maybe.
The DRS era has prompted the umpires to give a lot of decisions in favor of the bowler.
See, that ball there, if only you use an angle back to that, you at least open up scoring. I know there is a risk involved every time you do that with the new ball. But that's what you got to do when the required run rate is now touching 8 after 4 dot balls.
Excellent bowling from Senquin. Maiden over. the previous one that he bowled, and this over 4 dot balls. That's played uppishly but wide of the fielder at mid-on. Will manage to pick up a single then.
Yes, and the decision that the umpire ruled in the batter's favour just makes a lot of sense, because if umpires start giving everything which is just clipping, the stumps just get bigger and bigger. And then the bowlers who just bowl straight will run away, run through batting lineups. And that's what you don't want. It's very good umpiring indeed.
Slower ball this time. Good change in pace. Just a 1 run coming from that over. 5 bowled. 17 for 1 Myanmar.
Chen, who has this unique ability to start with maidens, trying to go for the big shot. Keeper has appealed for a stumping dismissal, but umpires aren't going upstairs for that. Straight ball, trying to go across the line, always trouble. Fetch that. All the way for 6. Was a bad ball, all right. But Paing Danu will feel a lot better having struck that of the middle of the bat.
This was a high full toss.
Looked like that was well over the waist height. Not dangerous, because he's not bowling fast, but very much over waist height.
So another single taken. Yes, China are of course running through their overs here, bowling their over in good time. Those new rules starting to show effect immediately. In November, the ICC decided to introduce a stop clock rule, in which in white ball cricket, just past the bowler will pick up a single. Bowling side has to be ready to bowl the next over within 60 seconds of completing the previous one. If they fail to do so thrice in an innings, a 5-run penalty is imposed.
Shot of length delivery, flying effort. Stopped a certain boundary there. Quite brilliant work from Jong Wee Chow, the tall left arm fast bowler. Look at him go. I won't put that down as a drop chance.
Again looking to cut this time a lot closer to the stumps to do that. That is the end of the power play then. 6 overs bowled, 26 for 1.
top-notch umpiring quality that we have seen so far. They've been prompt, they've been dynamic, and so has been Jong Wee Chow. Batted brilliantly yesterday. That is a no ball. Unfortunately, he's not a spinner, so he will be penalized.
Even when the ball is not on the body, way outside the off stump. But yeah, it's a no ball, so a free hit will come up. Haven't seen too many no balls in this tournament so far, which is a good sign, because teams do struggle with the extras. There have been wides, but not too many no balls.
Worst game for China to get the no balls out today. Free hit and he's missed it. Trying to overhit that one. Buying Danu, I think that was in the slot, in the zone to put it away.
Yue Chow picked up a couple of wickets yesterday. Got 19 runs on the board as well. Slightly on the slower side. Appeal for a leg before. Definitely can't be out.
Buying Danu is being beaten for the lack of pace here. Jong Wee Chow's average speed is much higher than what we have seen in the first 3 balls, but this is just a fast bowler opening his body. He's got 6 overs on the field to stretch it out and be ready for this over. He wasn't, but it has worked in his favor.
Chipped away. Will go to long gone for a single. And that is why I feel that out and out fast bowlers like Yue Chow should always be given the new ball, because then you have warmed up before coming onto the field. You've done your opening up there. Sometimes what happens is when you're on the field and you've got nothing to do, suppose you're at third man or fine leg, and the body might just cool down a little bit.
I mean, in this sort of a weather, you should be able to keep yourself ready all the time. Sometimes when you're playing in conditions like England, perhaps England, Ireland, it's not easy. Really difficult. Here in Bangkok, the heat is on. That shouldn't be a problem.
And that is why I think this format T20I is very cruel on the bowlers from that respect as well. And the bowlers don't have the time to get into a rhythm. And if you are a prime bowler, mostly we see bowling 1 over, 2 over spells. Appeal again. All 3 stumps visible. Can't be given out. 7 bowled. It's 28 for 1.
Chen in that first over looked undercooked. Bowled a full toss outside the leg stump. Was lucky that it was given just as a legal delivery that went out of the park. Fumble there allows the single. In this over, you expect that he'll get his rhythm back, which is what we are talking about, which is so difficult, especially when you know batters are going after you and there is no respite.
And as a spinner, you always like extended spells. You like a couple of overs to get into the zone and then start experimenting with your variations. Lovely shot this time. But a good stop in the deep. Just a single.
Yeah, not the best of running there. I saw that fielder diving full length. You should push him for one more on the throw. Buying down to 16 of 20.
It's straight back to the bowler. That's a dot ball.
What's happened? What's gone wrong with Kinai? Started the innings, his innings with a boundary. And then now he's batting on 6 from 14. No run there. Much improved in terms of his line and length in this particular over. Chen, what he'll be hoping is Danu tries to play across the line and misses it. Danu doesn't play across the line, only rotates the strike. It's good bowling from Chen, anticipating that shot, bowled it straight. Yeah, they need to send a pair of gloves or a bottle of water, something to Kinai, and just remind him the required run rate is just gone over 8.
Too far outside the off stump. Left alone, and that is a wide. Somehow, Zhou Wei, who's the most successful bowler for China, has not got much success today. Inside edge. And the fielder will cut it off. They come back for 2. Appeal for a run out.
Nishant, I think he dived very early. Kinai dived well before the crease and then he had to crawl and get back. Perhaps he has, but in the process has injured himself.
Oh yes, he was well home. Well home indeed. But looks like there is a bit of trouble there. He gets some medical attention. 8 overs bowled, 34 for 1.
Because China had wickets in hand between that 15th to 20th over, they got 2 massive buildings out there. 2 overs close to the 20-run mark, 2 more overs closer to the 10-run mark. Start of the 9th over. Dot ball there. Played away officially. They're searching for that boundary, which they somehow got with ease in the first few overs. Since then, that has dried up completely.
Kinai on strike. Well bowled, defended. That is another dot ball here. Required rate now is shot up comfortably over 8. When you get this kind of a total on the board, couple of good overs, the required rate shoots up. After that, it's just very, very difficult. That has been nicely driven. Just a single again. Because now the situation is such that singles won't matter. Myanmar will have to try and find a boundary every over.
A low to middling kind of a total demands a strike rate, at least what Paing Danu has shown. 19 from 26 is acceptable, not 9 from 17. I understand Huang Junji also batted really slow, but they were batting first. They had the luxury to do so. Myanmar doesn't. 9 done. The going is really slow. 37 for 1. Second spinner. Lu Shilin. Over the wicket, leggy bowls it really slow on the stumps, and it's a dead bat from Paing Danu. They're already scoring way less than a runner ball from the other end. It's Paing Danu's responsibility to cover up for that. Won't be easy. Won't be easy. On a surface that has aided the slower bowlers. Luo Shilin taking all the pace off the ball. Directs it outside the leg stump.
So Paing Danu has moved on to 19 of 28 deliveries here. And that is the highest score for a Myanmar batter in T20Is. Watchfully defended again. Ye Naing Tun got 19 against Bhutan. But that was 19 of 17. This is 19 of 28. Oh, wanted a single but sent back. That's another dot ball.
I wonder what's the game plan here. They'll have to find a way and go big against Luo Shilin. Right now it's not working out. Closing in on the halfway mark in this run chase. And Myanmar are well short of where they should have been by now, having lost only 1 wicket, remember. Goes for the big shot and taken indeed. Chen flexing his muscles, and so is China. They have their second wicket. Luo strikes.
Luo Shilin will be absolutely delighted. He has managed to pick up a wicket of the very first over that he bowls. That went straight into the hands of the long gone fielder there. Paing Danu departs for 19 of 32. And Myanmar sink further into trouble.
Drinks out there on the field, and that's been the story of this game. 129. Best batting performance for China in this format, with Wei Gole becoming the first Chinese batter to score a half century. 70 from 61, got out on the last ball of the innings. And in reply, Myanmar haven't really gotten going. Paing Danu was the last batter to be dismissed. And it looks like the captain has joined Kin Ai out there in the center. Tetlin Aung now at the non-striker's end. Back in the commentary box is Richard again. Welcome back.
Thank you. Myanmar were doing their best, but losing that wicket to the last ball of the 10th over may prove a bit difficult for them.
And it's actually the batter who had got some runs and not Kin Ai. So, very interesting how he paces this innings from here on in. Tetlin Aung 1416 only so far. We'll be hoping that big striking ability comes into play today. Deng Jinki bowling slow off breaks. We'll get some purchase out of this particular strip.
And there's a difference in tactics here with the Chinese already using their spinners. We only saw 3 or 4 overs of left arm spin for Myanmar.
3 very expensive overs indeed. I think 5-4 went for 28 of the 3 overs that he bowled. And that worked against the Myanmar's plans. And he was bowling to a set batter, and that made the difference. Struck firmly down the ground. That's the ability that Kin Ai has got, but somehow he hasn't translated that ability into pure ball striking.
Because Wei Guolei, the Chinese captain, he batted throughout the innings until he was out off the last ball.
Finds the fielder. It's getting worse for Myanmar. China right on top. Both their spinners have struck gold now. settling down in a hurry because of that required run rate. And now we'll walk back to the pavilion, finding that deep backward square leg fielder, trying to take the matchup on. Only managed to loft it without a lot of power. 3 down for 41. Captain goes back to the hut.
We did see signs yesterday that the Chinese bowling attack was quite strong, as they almost bowled out Myanmar before losing by 1 wicket. And today it's all coming right for China, both with the bat and now with the ball.
As we mentioned in their very first game, because of how good their bowling and fielding is, any day their batters put their hand up and get the runs, they will be difficult to beat. Pai 4 usually opens the batting, now batting down the order. Faces up the offie, lets that one go. Myanmar in the need of a real miracle here. Pai 4 looking strong, sends this one just over the fielder. Second ball he faces, he's hit that one out of the ground. 48 for 3 after 11.
The Chinese fielding has also been good. They're taking a lot of catches during this tournament, but that was just out of reach for the fielder there. So 48 for 3 off 11 overs. 82 off 9 overs needed.
Dream figures for Luo Shilin so far. 1 for 1 after 1.1. That's in the gap. Chen won't get there. Welcome boundary for Myanmar. Kinai needs to do more of the same. 50 up as well. They have a tall task in their hands.
Hit that well through mid-wicket there. He needs to score the majority of the runs now. He's got his eye in. China's captain showed what was possible.
Now waits for the short ball but doesn't beat the inner ring. Awareness was there, knew the previous ball was hit off a fuller length. So Luo Shilin will shorten the length, and he did. It's just that the execution of that cut shot wasn't exactly right. 77 from 51. New belief in the Myanmar camp because of how Pai 4 has started. 6 of the first ball he faced. They'll be hoping if he can strike a couple of blows in this over too, get that required run rate down to 8. Then they can manage it better. Finds the shot midfielder.
Certainly going for his shots here. Wide 6 dot.
Yeah, when the matchup was against him, he still went for it. Now the matchup is in favor. So why not? Shortens the length. Smart bowling indeed.
Because China got 58 off their last 5 overs. So anything under 12 and over is at least conceivable.
It is. Just need 2 set batters out there to do that. Lunging forward, defensive indeed. 6 came from that particular over. 54 for 3 after 12. Two overs, 1 for 7 for Ma Kuen Chang. He's been the pick of the lot and he will be given a second spell here. He's got 2 overs in the kitty and so does the tall left arm quick Zhong Wei Chao.
I think the Chinese bowlers are all the faster bowlers are bowled with a bit more pace than Myanmar have done, and China have also got a variety of spin, so their bowling attack does look stronger than Myanmar's.
And they've used the conditions to the fullest today, Richard. All these fast bowlers, they bowled into the surface. They haven't been over-attacking in terms of length. Chance for that point fielder. He comes around and won't drop it too. It's the captain Vigole ringing the changes on the field, runs with the bat, and now that catch. Really leading this team to a very, very famous victory could it be. By 4 had no other chance, no other opportunity. He saw the ball was pitched up, wanted to go for it. Couldn't get the power out. He's gone for 7.
I think the signs were there for China in the first 2 matches. They bowled a very good 10 overs against Cambodia, and then yesterday they fought their way back from 41 for 8 and then nearly bowled Myanmar out. And today everything's gone right with the bat and now with the ball.
Thuya Aung, unbeaten yesterday in that thriller of a run chase. A lot of work to be done today though. He has to hit the ground running from ball 1. Very finer third fielder. That ball there, that's been the key to the Chinese bowling attack today. Not always floating it up there, using the surface, bowling into the surface.
That's right, because the Myanmar bowlers were able to get swing, but it was at quite a slow pace. And the Chinese either missed it or they were able to hit it for 4.
And see, that length has been difficult to hit for boundaries can rotate the strike, but boundaries are the only currency that matters in this run chase. With the required run rate now going up to 10 runs per over, you're bound to look for a big over here. That's fast. That is on the stumps. Only a defensive block from Kin Ai. In modern day cricket, especially in the wide ball format, as you mentioned, anything under 12s, chasing teams do fancy that. Effort ball from Mark Wen Cheng beats the batter for pace. Real change up there. But to do that, A, you need set batters, and B, they should be fearless in having the intent to go for the big shots. Right now, Kin Ai is neither fearless nor has any intent. That's the end of the 13th over. 55 for 4. Yeah, roundabout now. That's what the score trend is telling you. Roundabout now, start of the 14th over, is where the acceleration began for China because they had wickets in hand. That's why their trend just kept going up from here on in.
Their openers added 57 for the first wicket, and the captain stayed in right till the end of the innings and played some splendid shots in the second half of his knock.
Yeah, quality knock from the captain, Vigole. Made space on the back foot but only finds the fielder. Thuya Aung will also return to the dugout. Half the side are back in it. And China believe more and more.
Another good catch there. He came forward and caught it. So Thuya Aung out for 1.
I think the Myanmar team management would love to revisit their decision at the toss. I understand bowling first has worked out for teams, but at the toss, when they looked at this particular surface, they should have been better off batting first. Swantet Koko is the new batter in.
I think they thought they got them 41 for 8 yesterday, could do it again.
You're right, Richard. It's a different day. And today, somehow the slower bowlers have been very difficult to hit boundaries off. And you knew that China will at least bowl 12 overs of spin. Would you not want to face them in the first innings than the second? Pulled out the back foot. Swan is off the mark.
Well, I don't think Myanmar are confident of getting many more than 80. Four runs and overs about their limit. So whether they bat first or second, but they would have had more pressure on the China batting if they had been chasing.
You're right. He's spot on there. And credit where it's very much due to the Chinese captain, to their batting outfit, who took the opportunity and grabbed it with both hands. Ensured that they kept wickets in hand, playing the good old-fashioned way. That has worked in their favor. Liu Shilin will love to remember this day for a long, long time. 2 for 9 so far. That's what it is after 3 overs. Match defining spell indeed. Only 6 overs to go for Myanmar with the required run rate over 12.
Well, this is the 3rd day in a row that China have been playing, and to be honest, it's not affected them in a bad way. They've just got better and better every day.
Tells you that this is a really fit outfit, because the heat has been on, especially yesterday, and to play games on the bounce even for the Myanmar team. Gone through the batter and has clipped the stumps too. Real snotter, rip snotter of a delivery from Mark Wencheng in his last over. Has dismissed the set batter now. And that just could be the final nail in the coffin for Myanmar. Came back a long, long way. Feet going nowhere. Stuck on the crease was Kin Ai. He's gone for 17. Tetlin Wu. The team in real crisis. He's up against Mark Wencheng, who must be all fired up. 3 for 8 for him. He wanted to get the 4 for. Bowled it on the stumps too. It's the inside edge that has gotten Tetlin Wu off the mark.
I think China would rather fancy playing in the rest of the competition now, but unfortunately this is the last match of the qualifying phase.
But they'll go back home with a bag full of confidence. Now they know every time their batters put their hand up and score, they are in for a win. This is where tournaments like this, the ACC Men's Challenger Cup 2024, so important. When you're looking at the overall journey of a team like China to come here, get a win under their belt, push other teams in a real contest. Chance for that fielder.
It's another great catch there by the Chinese fieldsman.
4th wicket for Mark Wencheng. What a day the Chinese outfit has been having. Runs with the bat, now wickets with the ball. How close was yesterday's game, and today China have really blown Myanmar out of the contest, Richard. Swantet Koko had to go for the big shot. Found the fielder, gone for 1.
Well, hopefully China will be able to learn from this performance that if their captain can bat through the majority of the innings, it makes cricket a lot easier and it's much more possible to win matches. Yesterday he was out for a duck, or second ball I think. Today he's made 70 runs.
He is not only an inspiring figure in this team, I believe for the next generation of Chinese cricketers, he's somebody they look up to. Fifer for Mark Wencheng. Performance of a lifetime. In a game that has been dominated by the batters, he's got hats on here. Everyone taking their hats off to Mark Wencheng. This is a lovely sight indeed. Struggling in the tournament, out of the tournament, here comes a heroic performance. Nancham So goes for a duck, 8 down on Myanmar.
The Chinese record books have been rewritten today. They've had their highest ever total. They've had their highest ever individual score. And I can stake my reputation on the fact that that's the first 5 for a Chinese bowler, and certainly the best ever figures.
First Chinese bowler could it be to get a hat-trick. Mark Wencheng running in. Bowls it back of the length. And it's a defensive push. What a spell of bowling. 4 overs of absolute quality. 5 for 9.
So the leg spinners to continue. He's got good figures as well, 2 for 9 in 3 overs.
That's nicely played. But there is protection in the deep, so that will just be a single. Luo Shilin, 2 for 10 in his final over here. He's contributed as well. That's well bowled, defended. That is another dot ball. Mayatu Aung and Tetlin O. 2 men in the middle. Looking to cut this time. Play and a miss. Another dot ball. Gets right behind the line of the delivery this time.
I think it just shows how good it is when 2 teams of a similar ability play each other in 2 different matches. Looks like one side will win yesterday in the qualifying stage, but it will be China that finish in 9th place with their performance today.
Yes, and that is a dot ball to finish the over as well. 16 ball, it's 59 for the loss of 8 wickets. Zhao Tianlei is into the attack now. And that's gone up in the air and won't be taken. So that will be a single then.
Good effort there by the left-hand fast bowler Zhong Yu Chao.
Another big shot attempted on the full to the fielder this time. That's another single. Bit of a headache for the match officials to decide who the player of the match is going to be. They give it to the captain, or they give it to the bowler who picked up a fifer. That's it, Apishli again over the top of cover this time. Another single taken.
And I think the captain has done a good job in the field as well. The last couple of days he's rotated his bowling. He's had a good attack, fast bowlers and spinners, and he's done very well.
That's a big shot. Fielder coming underneath it, takes the catch. Number 9 goes down. Tianlei has struck in his very first over.
And it's our friend, the left arm fast bowler Zong who's taken the catch. And yesterday he revived China from 41 for 8. He got a couple of wickets, and today he's catching in the field. So 9 wickets down for Myanmar.
Nailintun is the last man in and hit just wide of the bowler there. His outstretched arms meant nothing quite. Pick up a single. Almost a return catch, but well wide of him. Final delivery. Nicely bowled. That will be the end of the over. 17 bowled, 63 for 9.
Myanmar actually got off to a good start to their innings with Kin Ai making 17 and Pang Danu 19, but once they lost the second wicket, it's been a bit of a procession. Full toss there from the left arm spinner. Slapped away through the covers with just 1 run.
Pushed away, wanted a single but sent back. There is another dot ball. Slapped away straight to the fielder again. So single and then a couple of dot balls. Big shot attempted. Just a single again.
So Myanmar have been quite consistent with the bat, but unfortunately it's been a score of around about 70. China improved every game. There's a 4 there for Myanmar. China improved every game. 37, 74 and 129. But Myanmar just around about 70 in each match.
Yes, and that is a bit of cheer maybe for Nailin Tun to get a boundary there. There's hardly been anything to cheer really. Watchfully defended this time. They're looking for a single. They'll get the single quite comfortably. And that will be it. Just a single. 18 bowled. It's 70 for the loss of 9 wickets. Tianle to bowl his second over. That's hit straight to the fielder at long on. Just a single. So can Myanmar just hang around and not get bowled out? China have never really bowled out an opponent thus far. Nine wickets is the most they've taken. They did that yesterday as well. Big shot attempted. Fielder in the deep. The ball falls short. Just a single.
That would complete a great day for China if, as well as scoring the highest total, highest individual score, best bowling figures, if they could bowl a team out for the first time.
Chance there, not quite. No man's land. Just a single again. 9 balls is what Myanmar needs. Can't avoid the defeat anymore because mathematically, even if they hit a 6 every ball, they'll still fall short by a couple of runs. Slog sweep attempted in the air. Shot of the fielder. 4 singles so far in this over. Straight back past the bowler this time. Chase for the fielder in the deep. He does well. Another single.
And Myanmar now getting quite close to 80, which would be their highest score of the tournament.
As they've got 7 balls to do whatever they can, apart from avoiding to get bowled out. Another single to finish the over. It's a picket fence. 19 bowls, 76 for 9.
So the last over of the day begins.
Oh, starts off with the wide. Tian Sen Kun bowling the final over. Too far down the leg side on that occasion. And a good leave by Tetlin U. And they will pick up a single, is it? Yes, they will. That is the highest score for Myanmar in T20Is. Beating the previous best against China in KL last year. 77 for 8 is what they got in that game. And of course they got 75 yesterday. Oh, brilliant delivery. Right up there, the batsman doing nothing. Gets beaten all ends up. Oh, that was in the air for a bit. Falling short of the fielder there. So that's another dot ball. 3 more balls to go. Can Myanmar get to 80?
And if they can get back through 20 overs without being bowled out, that's another small step forward for them.
Comes down the track, looks to drive, gets beaten, dot ball again. Tian Sen Kun is still relentless, even though the writing is pretty much on the wall. Nylene on strike. Oh, he was shuffling across there, and Tian Sen Kun just tried to cramp him for room, just erring in line a lot. Too far down the leg side and wide signalled. That's in the air, over the top. Will be a single. They moved on to 80 now. One more ball. Can they keep it out? Tetlin U has the responsibility to do so.
Hasn't been a bad last wicket partnership, really. One batsman's got 11, the other 9.
Full toss, clubbed away. Diving effort in the deep. They're coming back for 2. They will not be bowled out then, Myanmar. They finish with 82 for 9.
Their highest ever total in T20s. So small steps forward, that's all we can ask for.
Absolutely, that's the whole point of tournaments like these. Both the batters remaining unbeaten on 11. And Myanmar finish with 82 for the loss of 9 wickets. China win the game by 47 runs. Very muted celebrations, Richard.
Well, they're on the roll now. They want to play again. But I must say, to see China win by 47 runs after such a display with bat and ball, marvellous.
Phenomenal indeed. Top scorer there, Paing Danu, 19, 17 for Kin Ai. And a couple of 11s there towards the end between Tetlin U and Nylin Thun. Apart from that, all single digits, 7-1, 7-1-1, 0-1. Finishing with 82 for 9. Very disciplined bowling from China in the 20 overs, just the 6 extras. If you look at their bowling, very economical. Deng Jinki was expensive but picked up a wicket. A wicket for Zhao Tianli, couple of wickets for Luo Shilin, but star of the show was Ma Qiancheng, 5 for 9 in his 4 overs. Economical and picking up wickets as well. That's the story of the game. 2 names stand out in that match summary for you. It's Wei Guolei, 70 of 61, and Ma Qiancheng, 5 for 9 in his 4 overs. After being put into bat, 129 for 4 is what the Chinese scored, and Myanmar in reply 82 for 9. China thus winning the game by 47 runs. We have a day's break tomorrow. We'll come back as the second month of the year begins with the group stages. In the first match, it's going to be Saudi Arabia taking on Cambodia on the 1st of Feb. And that is all we have for now. Well, of course, there's a little bit more as well in the form of the post-match presentation. Babashish will be down there in a bit. Stay connected.
TV. After that, okay, I have to change the. சென்னை சார்.
இப்போ இங்கே இருக்கீங்களா அங்கேருந்து வருவீங்களா?
அங்கே தான் வரோம்.
வெரி குட்.
நீங்கள் சிங்கப்பூரா?
நான் வந்து மால்டீவ்ஸு, பேசிக்கலி கோயம்புத்தூர்.
ஓ
பார்த்தேன் பேசும்போது இது பார்த்தேன், நான் தான் கண்டுபிடிச்சேன். எங்கே சென்னையில் எங்கே?
மயிலாப்பூர் சார்.
பார்க்குறேன் பார்ப்பேன். அங்கேயே தான் ஸ்டே பண்ணுறீங்களா?
Ready? Highest individual score, highest team score, best bowling figures. China really basking in the glory of this Bangkok sun and winning this ninth place playoff game. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to Myanmar too. They go back with a victory under their kitty. Welcome to the post-match presentation party here at the ACC Challenger Cup T20 tournament. We really do thank the Asian Cricket Council and the Cricket Association of Thailand for hosting this particular tournament and giving us a chance to look at all the lovely players from these two countries. Of course, we really thank the sponsors, official streaming platform FanCode, official partners, DAFA News, 1xBat, commercial partners, TCM. As I mentioned, this was the ninth place playoff game, and it was up to China to win that game by 47 runs. So congratulations once again. We begin with the presentation party. I would request first Tetling Aung, the captain of Myanmar, to come here and have a word. Round of applause for the captain of Myanmar, Tetling Aung. Hard luck today, of course, with the game, but you must feel at the halfway mark on that surface, it was chaseable.
Today, but feeling is not going well. Yeah, and also batting also not going well. That's why we lost the match. Yeah.
But then going forward, plenty of young talent in that team. You will be looking forward for greater days for Myanmar.
Yes, sure.
All right, then good luck for them then. Letting out round of applause once again. Captain of Myanmar, go on. Great luck for the rest of the journey. I would love to request Mr. Iftikhar Ahmed, the match official, to please come and join us. He'll be presenting the Player of the Match award. Thank you so much, sir. It's none other than the winning captain, V. Gole, for his 70 of 61. Last time I spoke to V, he was a little disheartened. Look at the bright smile today. And he got wonderful support from Mark Wencheng as well, who got 5 for 9. So round of applause for him too. Plenty of individual brilliance and a real team effort from China. You must be really proud of what the boys have shown today. Real fight, first with the bat, for yourself to lead with that score, and then with the ball.
I want to say thank you, my team. Thank you, coaches. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Right, then just the same thing that I asked Tetling Aung as well. This game will give you a lot of confidence when you go back home, work on the real abilities that you have got, and you should have more days like this.
I want to say thank you. Thanks, everyone. Yeah.
We thank you for the entertainment as well. V. Gole, ladies and gentlemen, very well played, and you can now join your team and celebrate a lovely win. That's it then. We're done with this particular phase. We have a day's break for you two, and then we come back with the group stages. And that will be something. Stay tuned to FanCode.